This guy just looks so cool, doesn't he? Cool, calm, collected, with good reason as well, when you've already got a 1:46.580 on the board.
Yeah, Matt, what the Ducatis can do for the one lap is quite astounding, isn't it? It seems like not having to worry about fuel consumption, like full power, and they have more of that than everyone else. How good they are on the brakes, in the braking phase, how quickly they get that bike stopped, and that it makes so difficult for everyone to pass, and then how it punches off the corner at a rate that no one could stay with them. They seem to be able to put that lap together on the soft tyres like no one else can.
How many times, Simon just talked about it, turn one of the few straight up and down braking points around this Aragon circuit, the weakest point maybe of this fantastic Aprilia RSGP package, but again, when pushing, Aleix Espargaro goes in hot in that first corner.
It's what I saw in Misano, is that as fast as, here we go, in a straight line, as fast as Maverick was in that race, that's an awesome shot. The problem is, back out now, it's going to flick his weight onto the front, make it hard to stop.
Aleix Espargaro certainly not holding back, is he? And he can't afford to in this session, because at the moment down in 11th place, that will be a real big ask for him to come through in the race tomorrow.
And Maverick in that race, it made it quite clear that it just wasn't possible to pass in a braking zone, against the Ducati, as fast as he was.
There on that graphic then, brand new soft rear tyre fitted to Aleix Espargaro's factory Aprilia. 3.5 minutes remaining. He's got to find a big lap time, because 11th place just will not cut it, trying to come through against a swathe of Ducatis. But by the time he does get through, you've got to think that the likes of Bastianini and Bagnaia, they could be long gone into the distance, and that's also a concern for Quartararo as well, because Pecco Bagnaia's two closest championship rivals at the moment are deep behind him on this grid. A lot can chop and change in the final 3 minutes, but as it stands, our top three men in the championship going into round 15 tomorrow, it will be Advantage Bagnaia, second in the standings after 4 straight wins. He's second on the grid right now. Quartararo, the world champion, leader by 30 points, is destined for 7th as it stands, with Aleix Espargaro back in 11th. Now, here comes Aleix Espargaro with that new Michelin soft rear tyre fitted to the Aprilia. What improvement is coming from Aleix? Nothing going for him at the moment. Now then, big 3 minutes here now for Aleix Espargaro. Attacking hard then through turn 2. Like again, he was struggling to stop that bike in the first corner, Simon.
He was fighting it, that's for sure. He managed to keep it just on track and on line, but it looked like he was fighting,
There is Bagnaia, then a 25-year-old Italian, trying to make it an 11th pole position in his MotoGP career. Aleix Espargaro, look at that Aprilia, it's making all kinds of twitches, isn't it, underneath him? That's how hard he's having to push here. And he delivered brilliantly late on in Q1, and he's delivering brilliantly late on here as well in Q2. Aleix Espargaro with his back against the wall. Boy, is he coming out swinging and fighting here. Drops down the reverse corkscrew. Bagnaia also on a flyer, but Aleix Espargaro, rear tyre spinning up as he got on the gas through the Marc Marquez corner. Now with attack hard towards turn 12 over this crest. Back with Bagnaia then also looking for that 11th pole position. As we mentioned, this is the left-hand corner, the tyre spreading corner which Marc Marquez loves. Aptly named after him, wasn't it, here a couple of years ago. Aleix Espargaro then digging deep, dropping down into turn number 14. He crashed here late on in FP2. This time around, there's no problems for the Spanish rider. Picks up the throttle now as early as he possibly can to fire that Aprilia towards 350 kilometers an hour down the long back straight. Bagnaia not too far behind him on circuit. Look at these laps coming in here from the Ducatis. Bastianini and Miller on the charge as well. Surely we're on course for another Ducati lockout on the front row. Here comes Aleix Espargaro, 11th. Is he going from 11th to 1st? Here we go, second with a 1:46.590. That was really close. Aleix Espargaro, that session over for him. He's running wide in the first corner. He misses out on pole by just 100th of a second. But here comes the Ducati army, led by Bagnaia. He finds a 1:46.069. That is a demolition job by Bagnaia. What a lap. Miller goes second. Bastianini briefly held second, but Miller slots himself into P2 with a 1:46.159. The factory Ducati men split by just 900ths of a second. Zarco's session is over as well. Best he can hope for, the number 5 is P5, and this is getting really bad for Fabio Quartararo. He's been pushed back down to 9th. So Quartararo, look how hard he's attacking on the front end of that Yamaha into the first corner. There's a mistake coming in here then in turn 2.
Ooh.
Whoa, big scare. How hard was Fabio Quartararo pushing in that first split? Well, that's how hard. Look how high his left foot was off that foot peg.
See the black mark, the front tyre left, and he poked his knee out, held it up. Good job, Fabio. Congratulations.
We've seen already today Brad Binder, Marco Bezzecchi and Maverick Vinales go down there. Look at this from the reigning world champion. If there's any doubt, any question about how hard he's having to push that factory Yamaha, well, those last 2 replays have just given us crystal clear evidence. He is on the ragged edge. He is on the absolute limit, isn't he, Fabio Quartararo, of every single lap, every single corner, fighting for every thousandth of a second. At the moment, though, he's down in 9th place. The checkered flag is out. It's now or never for the number 20. Knee and elbow scraping the tarmac through that fast left-hander, the Marc Marquez corner. Attacking now towards turn number 12. What a rescue job this could be for Fabio Quartararo, although as it stands at the moment, he's coming into that tricky sector 4 for the Yamaha, where the Yamaha's at its weakest around this 5-kilometre Aragon circuit. This will be, as it stands right now, potential front row lap from Quartararo, but we know how much time he loses on the gutless Yamaha out of turn number 15. Here he comes then. Attacking hard now then. What can he do? Can he find a way onto that front row? No. Fabio Quartararo here, staring in the face of a second row start, and that spells bother. That spells trouble for him in the Grand Prix here tomorrow. Pecco Bagnaia looks like he's going to take pole position with a superb, stunning lap of 1:46.069. Here comes Quartararo, 10th at the moment, estimated P6, and that is where he finishes. He left it all on the line. He had nothing more to give, and he has to settle for 6th place. In fact, yeah, 6th place. Ducati, no, that was a big session for them. Huge credit goes to Pecco Bagnaia, but also to Aleix Espargaro, Simon. Aleix Espargaro, 2 crashes on Friday. He had to go into Q1. He had 1 soft rear tyre in that second session and got into 4th place behind those Ducatis. What a ride.
I have to agree, because, you know, talking to fans and viewers, you either love Aleix or you really don't. And no matter what you think, that was class, you know. He dug deep. 2 falls he's had this weekend, things not going to plan, and he dug deep, and he's the fastest non-Ducati. And I have to point out again what I said before, he is in 46.59. That is pretty much half a second slower than what the Ducatis can do on that time attack lap. It's something special they've got.